All right, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Minetest Gameplay of Sorts. Yeah. In a balmy 35 degrees in Chicago. I feel like I'm on the radio. However, let us get started. We got some cool stuff to show from a mod called Morelights. So we go to my website, of course. Go over to mods used, scroll down to Morelights, and is some follow-up. It apparently this Minetest.content.db is going to be part of 5.0. Thank you, Nathan. And very cool. So this is Morelights by Random Geek. As you can tell, it has more lights in it. But some very, very cool lights. Yes, indeed. So you can find a link from my mods used page to there where you can download it and go from there. So go back over to our little Minetest world here. And there's a bear. We're out at this kind of modern house that I did build a long time ago, which is really cool. We're going to retrofit it. I love that glitch. Yeah. And type in more lights. Look at that first try. I spelled it right. I did graduate the 8th grade. My name's Jethro Bodine. And thank Michael for that walk down memory lane with the red zone is for loading and immediate loading and unloading of the passengers. There is no stopping in the white zone. He gets 5 bonus points for that movie. So yes. And that led me down a rabbit hole because I ended up watching a whole bunch of clips from that movie. I got to watch that movie again. So real quickly on Morelights, we have a light bulb. We have different metal chains, light and dark. We have a brass chain, vintage chandelier, which is kind of cool. Brass chain, some lanterns, which automatically go wall, floor, and ceiling. Very cool. Some modern table lamps, which are nice. A modern wall lamp, which I've gone back and fitted, especially up at the gravel station. I put those in instead of those industrial lights, which make it look really nice. There's some stone block lighting for paths, and a grass light, which is kind of cool. And there I go saying cool again. And then there's some takes on the modern post light, which we're going to show. So let's get into this. And another take on like the small cube, which I like that. Now I have 3 different variations of that. So let's go start over at the driveway. As you can see, it's getting dark out again. And we're going to come over here. And we're going to put in our first item, which is going to be a small path light. Get rid of that and put that in. Very nice. Comes in light and dark. However, over here, I kind of want to put in, let's see, let's put a metal pole. Put one more. And let us put in the there's a lantern here. Where's my lantern? There it is. There we go. So now we have a street lantern. Kind of nice looking. Maybe we don't need that. We need the path lights. Not a light bulb. Where's my path lights? Boy, I'm starting this off in a bang. There we go. Now we have our driveway. Our driveway lit. Let's come down here and put another one here. That won't work because it'll work there though. There we go. Now we have our path lighted. There's a real cool pole lamp. So we have a street pole. And let's just put one over here. Why not? And there's a couple really cool uses for this. And I'm going to get out of the dark mode. So let's go up. Let's go up one more. So if you're on the street now, you can see how I've made my lamps over here using a bunch of different materials. And this is the tube lighting. There's also in the streets mod some real cool street poles. So let's use this one, and we're going to use a thing called a ceiling bar light straight, which will connect to there. So that is a real elegant looking street pole. Very nice. And now we have the grass lighting. Let's do that real quick while we're over here before we do the rock lighting. Let's say I want to put one right here. Very cool. And we're going to light up a small pathway. Because why not? Because we can. And you know, I should have counted to make it more even. But I'm going to redo that. So we have that in there. Your use may vary. Yes, it will. And not really, this house doesn't lend itself to it, but there is our modern wall lamp, which is really nice. So over at the white modern home, I put that in. So we are going to go inside. Now you can see how I have these can lights. They turn on and off, which are nice. But let's get rid of that and put in the modern can light. So that looks a little bit more modern than that. Unfortunately, these do not turn on and off. But they give a real nice updated view. Now I love those lights, the ones that you can turn on and off. But every build is going to have a different use. Now you see over here where I have this, we solved this problem with a thing called a connecting ceiling bar light. So let's go back a little bit here. We're going to put one here and here. Look at that. It solves the problem of if you have a stairway or a hallway with two, that solves your problem. And it gives a futuristic look. So we have those in there. So we've updated all this. I'm going to show real nice usage for this. Let's come over into the computer area here, and we're going to put in a metal chain and a can light. Look at that. That works. And oh, we're going to play this game again, huh? All right, now we're back. So we have our little chain light and our can light here. I have no clue of why this server is doing what it's doing. And it doesn't matter whether I am on my local world or server. I have replaced all the mods with backup sets. I have done a lot of different things, and I cannot figure out why this is crashing. I've taken out all the mods that I had put in since the crashing started, and it's a mystery. So we will travel on, and the debug text file, which has been adjusted, does not show any reason except for one little clue. Now we've already shown this, and everything's choppy right now. So we can do this. We can put another one in here just to light the way. Do you light the way? Where do I want to put it? I want to put it over here. There we go. Very nice. Lights a stairwell. I don't think we need anything in here. I could replace these can lights, but I'm not going to, because, or these lights, And this is a custom light that I've made out of Mom and Pop's overhead range and a light. So over here, now I could do the same thing. However, we're going to put in that. That gives a real nice look. Now this is where it's going to get interesting before we crash. We're going to take this out and we're going to put a can light in. And I wanted to put the other thing in. Over here though, we are not going to put can lights in. We are going to do something really, really cool right here. So what we are going to do is we are going to put in a metal pole. Now you see this. All right, we're going to put in a metal pole and a connecting light so we can actually see what we're doing. And we're going to go every, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to come over here and we're going to put one in here. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to put one here. Okay. It'll work. Come over here and put one here. One here. These are really neat. You're going to love this. Look at that. That is what sold me on this. Look at that futuristic lighting bar over my table. Or the table. Over my bar. Yes, indeed. That is looking really cool. You can get really elaborate with what you want to do with these lights. That is sharp. That is really cool. And if we wanted to put, I can't put a light in here because these nodes are taken up, which is fine. That is nice and futuristic. Well done. So let's come out here to the patio and, oh yeah, there's a vintage hanging light bulb, which is very cool. And you know how I love those. Mom and Pop's has a real cool one. Also, put some more path lighting in here. I'm not measuring. I should have measured. But did put some more lights out here. I put some more bar lights over in here. Let's see what else we got to play with. We have the wall lamp. We have, very nice table lamp. Nice looking. It comes in dark and light. And what else? What else am I going to play with here? There's our glitch again, because we came back from the dead. So usually, the stair light. Gotta show the stair light. And we have an oil lamp. So let's put an oil lamp up here. And we've already shown the street lamp. Modern ceiling light. Yes, that is nice. So you can get real elaborate on what you want to do with this. So let's look at the vintage oil lamp. It's got a little flame. This would look really cool out on this table if I would have done it correctly. So we'll just hold off on that one. Now these vintage lanterns. So it'll sit on the floor like a lantern, or it'll connect to a wall. Very nice. Or a ceiling. Very cool. And you can hang them. Which, if we took the... Where's my metal? Nah, it's a metal pole. There. No. Yes. No. Where's my chain? Let's go get back in and find our chains here. Let's look what the brass chain looks like. Nice. And I like how it has that. It has that little base. And there you have a brass chain with a hanging lantern. So that is also very nice looking. The sun's coming up. We better hurry up because we still need the darkness. Yeah. Okay. So we have our little, you could go crazy with these little lights. modern wall lamps, modern ceiling light. They don't turn on and off though. And it's not a big problem because I'm done with that kind of, like the tube lights. Part of my problem with the server crashing is every once in a while I'll get lucky and it'll show like SQLite 3 had a malformed database rollback, and the program does not exit gracefully. It exits very, very harshly. It crashes. And so whenever I use something that hits the database with several nodes, when it's trying to write a lot of things, and I think it has something to do with how many blocks, where I get that error about too many blocks and the server is trying to remove them. So this is that small cube, which is really, really nice. Another variation on Vanessa E's lanterns. If I spelled it correctly. So we also have this Lattice Lantern, which is nice. But even though we're dealing with more lights, but you can see now how many different variations that we have to play with. So something's hitting the database and it's causing corruption, which is crashing the server, or it's crashing the database, which in turn is crashing the server. And I can't pinpoint it. That's a real nice looking light. I cannot pinpoint it. So, yeah. And I put way too much work into this world. There's almost 2 years on here. So I have to figure it out. All right. Enough of that. Because I'm baffled. It won't show. You see how I'm going to get back to on track here. So I'm going to get, it won't show what's going on, and it doesn't matter whether I copy all the mods to my local world or on my server. So it's not a 4.16, 4.17 issue. I don't know. Go from there. So we have our brass lamps and we have our chandelier as we finish up the more lights. So you can find a lot of different uses for everything that is on here, especially with the lamps, the poles. We have this backyard area just decked out. This though is something else. You could find a lot of uses for these pole lamps. You could hang them from chains. You can hang them from these poles. Unfortunately, the metal pole, when you set it on the ground, it won't give you that base. Because this could have made, if it had that base, you see how I made my tables with this concrete wall? That would have been a really cool option to have in there. So if you see I put that on here, I use this as a table base a lot. So this would give a real nice slender table base if it had that. But if you use it for its intended purpose, it'll give you the little base. Now, one of the things is with this game is not everything is meant to be used as its intended purpose, as you see in a lot of my videos of how I do that. You can get real creative and let's put that there and take one of their ceiling lights and go there. You got something like that. You can also, if I take that bar light, and you saw how the connecting lights work, but now you have a futuristic light hanging like that over a desk. I could have even hung all these lights here like that. So, and we have one more real cool one to show. However, it doesn't work on stairs that are generated from... All right, we're back again. Server wants to play Crashy McCrash Face. I just invented that. So before we crash again, I'm building some stairs. Yes, thank you. I'll be here all week. And the last thing I want to show from Morelights is this stair light placed on stairs. As you can see here, it placed it. However, this will not work on stairs generated from like the circular saw or non-standard stairs. But those are really cool stair lighting. Can you say theater? Movie theater? So that is a look at Morelights, which is becoming one of my favorite mods. Oh, look at that. Very cool. I wish it kind of did, because I have over here, I have my stairs, and it just will not, it won't do it. And these were generated from the circular saw. But we have those, which make life very cool. All right, so that's going to do it on that as we end this video. And of course, if I placed my lights more evenly out here, this would look much, much better. Oh, one other real quick thing to use with these street lights is let's come over here and put in a metal pole, not a metal pole, a street pole, which comes in light and dark, by the way. And there we go. Put that there. Look at that corner lighting on a building. You tell me that's not cool. Well, it is cool. So there's just so many different options that one can use if you have a commercial building and you can hang these off of here. Now the street lights, you can also do the same thing with that. I have them in here somewhere. My favorite street lamps. And I can't, there they are. My street lamps hanging and horizontal, which are from, I believe, Streets 2.0. So if I want to do this real quick before my server plays crash face again. So let us take and put one next to it. I wonder if I could also do that and then that. There we go. And okay, turn on manual. Oh, duh, punch it. So that gives you, there's a lot of different lighting techniques. So this is a very thick, which still looks okay. And that's very slender, very elegant looking. So that is going to do it on the Morelights. I'm going to show you a little quick preview of what I got going on, as long as everything stays up. So you can go to my website, go to the mods used page, and where you will find all the mods that I use in my builds, and go from there. Now, with the server crashing deal, like I said, I have tried every different combination of mods. It's something to do with my world, because if I just generate a blank world, it will stay running and then start adding mods in, but it's hit or miss on if I use world edit, whether I use, what I use. So this is as you saw over here, is my medieval castle, which I'm proud of. However, and then we have a lookout point in the middle of nowhere when I was experimenting. Look at this. Somebody's learning how to build medieval. This is I built this off of a tutorial from a Minecrafter. Ooh. Andy is Yoda. And the cool thing about this is I wanted to learn a new building style. And the building style on this uses a thing called 5x5 blocks. So what that means is, real quickly before I end this, what that means is everything is built using... why can't I just find a simple stone block? This is one of the problems that you have when you build when you build stuff. Now I can't work the gate because if I work the gate, it'll crash the server. And it's just a very, very, really cool. I'm gonna show this off in the next video because I have a lot more things to do with it. So what the 5x5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. 5. And this is really something, because I kid you not, the entire build is built off of these, and what it helps you with is your spacing. So there's a 5x5 section, and it lends itself very nicely to different combinations. And you just want to rain on my parade, don't you, server? Don't you? All I wanted was a simple wooden slab. Notice how I spelled everything correctly in this episode. I'm being picky here. So, yesterday night I played for about 3 hours building that medieval little fortress. And the server acted fine. Even World Edit acted. So there's a lot of different things that one can do with this, as you can see here. And this entire thing, is this castle here, or this fortified house, is built using 5x5. So I'm going to demonstrate that. And you know what? Yes, I've changed the materials a lot, and I changed the little design things from the original tutorial, from Andy Azoda, to make it my own. However, the structure is what I copied one for one, and what makes it nice is I learned different style and different inspiration. So there you have it. I will show this off. So on that note, before everything crashes, we are going to say goodbye, and hopefully I can get a better handling on my server issues here, or my world issue, because I really don't want to start a new world. I have too much invested in this one to go from there. So thank you very much for joining, and yeah, until the next video, goodbye.